The Wabash Valley's most accurate and reliable newscast continues with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Lindsay Monroe.
Well, Lindsay, you'd mentioned it a little bit earlier. We need to talk about Hurricane Joaquin, and it's not quite made it to the U.S. yet, but a lot of people are really concerned, especially here in the Wabash Valley. People are asking, is it going to affect us?
At this point, it's still, as you mentioned, well off into the Atlantic. In fact, it is impacting the Bahamas as we speak. I've seen some pictures from there, and it just looks like things are flooded. It's your typical hurricane-type photos. You have the wind blowing around. It looks very gray there, heavy rain, and flooding is also a big concern across the Bahamas and eventually will become the eastern seaboard of the United States. Here locally, eventually it looks like we could get in on some cloud cover and perhaps some rain showers heading to the weekend, the remnants of this system. But again, we have to talk about where it is first and where it will be heading here shortly. Here is the very latest from the National Hurricane Center. It is currently still a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 127 miles per hour, wind gust up to 155 miles per hour. It is still projected at this point, weather models still disagreeing a bit on its exact path, but still projected to lift northward. As it does, it will lose a little bit of momentum as it inches its way closer to making landfall. But where it initially looked like it was going to make landfall yesterday, that path has now shifted a little bit to the north and a little bit back to the east. So that's a good thing, but however, we still have a lot of watching to do with this system over the next several days. This is not officially set to head into the U.S. territory, at least until the end of our weekend, Sunday through about Tuesday. That's when it will have its primary impact. So something that we will certainly be watching, and especially since it might have an impact on our weather here locally. Here's what it looks like on the satellite and on the radar. This is the latest images here coming down from near the Bahamas. They just sent a hurricane tracker, an airplane actually through the system to get some weather observations. The pressure is dropping and it is starting to form an eye wall. So they're keeping a close eye on that. It will again start to track off northward, and that's because that jet stream is taking it off to the north. It just depends on all of those upper level atmospheric impacts of this system to see the exact track of it. As far as how that will impact us here locally, again, looks like some increased cloud cover and perhaps some rain showers as we head closer to the weekend. Before today, it's really not a bad day whatsoever here locally. We have just a mixture of sun and clouds. It is a cooler day and a bit of a windy day as well. Temperatures near 61 in Terre Haute now, 62 in KZ, 64 in Robinson, and 65 in Vincennes. Temperature tracker over the next several hours take us into the upper 60s, but not above that. Near 67 is where we will top out later today around 4 p.m. We'll stay in the 60s as we head through the evening tonight, and eventually back into the 50s. It will be cooler for the overnight hours. Forecast highs near 67 in Terre Haute, same deal in KZ, 68 in Robinson, Vincennes, also 68 degrees, but it's going to feel cooler than that. That's because we have this very strong northeasterly wind in place, picking up to near 18 miles per hour down in Vincennes. That's a sustained wind, 14 in Robinson, 10 in Terre Haute. Just overall going to make it feel cooler out there for us today. Now we'll begin futurecast this morning heading into the afternoon hours. Again, a good mixture of sun and clouds for the rest of our afternoon. We stay rain free, actually shaping up to have another one of those very pretty sunsets tonight with that cloud cover that is in place. If you have plans this evening, temperatures drop back from 63 at 7 p.m. Skies begin to clear tonight, back to 58 by 10 o'clock, and overnight lows very chilly once again, back into the 40s, near 47 in KZ, 46 in Paris, 47 here in Terre Haute. Now we have to talk about how this system will impact us looking ahead. We'll pick Futurecast up at 10 o'clock tonight. First, we will bring in a little bit more cloud cover through the overnight, and then cloud cover increases through the day on Friday. Here's 7 a.m. Notice that we stay dry throughout the day on Friday. This rain opportunity stays to our south. 5 o'clock, still dry. The better chance for rain is going to move in Friday evening. Here's 10 o'clock, and after that, through the overnight, showers will start to push in, becoming a little bit more widespread by Saturday morning. Look at all this moisture that's going to surge its way in through the course of the day on Saturday. Some scattered showers are definitely expected. The cloud cover is going to be in place through Saturday evening, and that is certainly going to keep those temperatures down as we head into the weekend. cooler air in place. So for today, we're on our way to 67 with a mix of sun and clouds and that cool breeze out of the northeast. Tomorrow, more cloud cover, cooler temperatures. 63 is as good as we will do. And then come Saturday, we're going to struggle to even get into the 60s for daytime highs with a high near 61. Rain showers look to be off and on throughout the course of the day. And then once we see that system exiting off to our east Sunday, it looks drier, 68. And then eventually highs get back into the 70s for the first part of next week.